Leo, are you talking to your coffee cup?
Oh, Rose, I didn't hear you come in. And no, I wasn't talking to my coffee cup. I was talking to myself. In English. It's practice.
Okay, grammar warrior. How long have you been giving speeches to your kitchen table?
Long enough to feel proud of myself, actually. When I speak English out loud, even alone, my brain wakes up. It feels different from just reading silently.
That's actually smart. You're your own teacher and your own student at the same time.
Exactly. And I think a lot of our listeners do something similar. They sit down, they tell themselves, today I will really study English. And then
10 minutes later, they're staring at the wall thinking, okay, but what do I actually do now?
the heart is serious, but the plan is messy.
If that sounds like you, stay right here because today's episode is exactly for you. We're talking about how to study English alone and still improve quickly. No magic, no secret app, just a simple, honest system you can use starting today.
And we'll keep everything slow, clear, and practical so you can take it and build your own routine, no matter where you live or what your daily life looks like.
Hello, English learners, and welcome to Hello English World. I'm Rose.
And I'm Leo. This is your space to learn real, natural English through real conversations, wherever you are right now. Walking, cooking, commuting, or just relaxing with your headphones on.
This episode is B1 level, so if you're at an intermediate stage, this is made for you.
And if you're closer to A2, don't worry. Stay with us. If something moves a little fast, you can always listen again. Your brain catches more the second time.
Maybe right now you're thinking, I really want to improve, but I'm alone. No classroom, no partner, no idea what to do.
Or maybe you think, I watch videos, I read articles, but I don't see real progress. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
If that's you, please hear this clearly. You are not lazy and you are not bad at languages. You simply don't have a clear system yet.
That used to be me completely. My old study style was dramatic. 2 hours one day, nothing for the next 4 days, then one guilty late night with way too much coffee.
And mine was pretty notebooks and total chaos. Nice colors, nice titles, one video watched, and then I'd just sit there thinking, okay, now what?
So the problem was never our brains. The problem was that we didn't have a system.
I like to imagine English as a small plant in a cup. If you pour one huge wave of water on it and then ignore it for 2 weeks, the plant just gets confused.
Your English doesn't need drama. It needs a small drink every single day.
And that means you don't need a perfect teacher standing beside you every day. You need a simple, repeatable system you can follow alone, even on busy or tired days.
So today, we're giving you exactly that system. 3 parts: plan, input, and output, plus a little something we call tiny feedback.
We'll talk about setting small goals, building a simple routine, what to listen to, what to read, and how to speak even when nobody is there to talk to.
You don't have to use every single idea. Take what fits your life and leave the rest.
And stay until the end because we'll slow down and review some powerful expressions from today's episode, phrases you can steal and use immediately.
If you enjoy learning this way through real conversations and real feelings, please subscribe to Hello English World and tap like on this video. It genuinely helps more learners around the world find this channel.
And once you finish listening, tell us in the comments, do you usually study alone or with other people? Share one small detail. Something like, I talk to my mirror for 2 minutes, or I read 1 page before bed. Just one small detail is enough.
All right, Rose, let's get into it.
Let's keep this simple. Today, we're dividing your English study into 3 parts. Think of it like a small machine.
Part 1 is your plan, how you decide what to do. Part 2 is your input, what goes into your brain, like listening and reading. Part 3 is your output, what comes out, like speaking and writing.
When these 3 work together, your English grows steadily and calmly. When even one part is missing, you feel stuck or confused.
So let's go slowly, one part at a time. You don't need to take notes. Just listen and picture your own daily life as we talk.
Let's begin with part 1, the plan, because without a plan, everything else feels heavy and random.
I know make a plan sounds boring, but honestly, this is where most learners either win or lose the whole game.
When you sit down to study and immediately think, okay, but what should I actually do now? That heavy, stuck feeling comes from having no clear plan.
So, our first idea is this: make your study time intentional, not random. Intentional simply means you do something on purpose for a clear reason, not just because a video happened to appear on your screen.
Right. Instead of, oh, this caught my attention, I guess I'll watch it, it becomes, today I will do this one small thing for my English.
And we want that one small thing to be very specific, so we use two levels: a weekly goal and a daily micro goal.
For example, your weekly goal could be, by Sunday, I will record a 2-minute voice message about my week in English.
And your daily micro goal supports that big goal. Maybe every day you just speak for 1 minute about what happened that day. By the end of the week, 2 full minutes doesn't feel scary at all.
It's like building with blocks. You don't place every piece in one day, you add a few blocks every single day.
And that small daily action is enough to get the ball rolling, meaning you simply start something so it begins to move on its own.
After that first small action, continuing becomes much easier. So instead of thinking, I must become fluent, you think, today my only job is one small, clear thing.
One small, clear thing. Now let's talk about the second part of planning. How do you stay motivated, especially after a bad week?
This matters because you will not be perfect. Some days you'll miss your plan completely. Some days you'll feel tired, busy, or simply unmotivated. That's completely normal.
The real secret is what you do after that moment. Do you destroy the whole plan or do you tweak it? And tweak just means making a small change to improve something.
For example, every Sunday evening, look back at your week and ask yourself, where did my plan work well? Where did it feel too heavy? What can I tweak?
Maybe you notice that studying at night never works for you. You always feel drained. So next week, you tweak the plan and move your English time to the morning instead.
And sometimes you need to completely ditch an idea, meaning you throw it away entirely and decide, I don't need this anymore.
For example, ditch the belief that studying only counts if it's a full, uninterrupted hour. That belief usually just creates guilt, and guilt leads to doing nothing at all.
5 focused minutes will always beat 0 perfect minutes.
So remember, your English plan should be intentional, sustainable, and flexible enough to tweak when life changes, not something you destroy completely the moment things get hard.
I like to picture it as a small boat instead of a heavy stone. A boat can move gently with the waves, but it still keeps moving forward.
Beautiful. Now that your plan is in place, let's move to part 2, because now the real question becomes, what actually goes into your brain?
Part 2 is all about input, everything you listen to and everything you read.
And this is where a lot of learners feel completely overwhelmed. So many podcasts, channels, books, apps. It's easy to feel lost before you even begin.
Overwhelmed is that heavy feeling when there's simply too much and your brain doesn't know where to start.
So let's calm that feeling down. We're going to make your input simple and gentle.
Let's start with something very small. Where is your English material right now in your home?
Good question. If your notebook and your favorite reading material are buried in a drawer somewhere, you will almost never touch them.
That's out of sight, out of mind, meaning if your eyes never see something, your brain forgets about it very quickly.
So here's an easy change. Bring English closer to your daily life. Keep a notebook on your desk. Keep a short English book on the table where you drink your coffee or tea.
You can even stick a small paper with 3 useful phrases on your bathroom mirror, so while you're brushing your teeth, English is simply there.
When English stays visible, your brain naturally remembers, oh right, this is something I'm working on.
That's gentle immersion, not a big dramatic life change, just English quietly present in small corners of your day.
Now, let's talk about listening, because for many learners, this is the hardest skill of all.
I remember trying to listen to a fast talk show in a new language once, and after about 2 minutes, my brain basically said nope and completely shut down.
Like your brain just stood up and walked straight out of the room.
Exactly. You're on your own now. Good luck. And that's often when you start to feel like you've hit a plateau.
A plateau is that flat feeling. You keep walking and walking, but the ground never rises. You don't feel like you're improving at all.
And sometimes when audio is simply too difficult, your mind doesn't just feel flat, it starts to drift off, meaning your attention slowly slips away, sometimes almost into sleep.
We definitely don't want that. So the solution is choosing audio that sits a little below your maximum level, something you can mostly follow, with just a few new words mixed in.
That's exactly what we try to do here on Hello English World. We speak clearly, at a comfortable pace, with some new vocabulary, but never so much that your brain wants to run away.
You can relax. I'll do the talking, and Rose makes sure everything stays clear. You don't need to catch every single word, just stay with the story. And remember, you can always listen again later.
Here's a simple method to try. Listen to one short sentence, pause, and repeat it out loud using your own voice.
Just one sentence. Pause. Say it yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You're just copying the rhythm, the natural music of the sentence.
When you do that, you're not only listening, you're training your mouth and your ear at the same time. It becomes a small feedback loop, meaning you do something, hear the result, and instantly learn from it.
10 focus minutes like that will always be 30 minutes of background noise while your mind quietly drifts away.
Now, for reading, we keep the exact same idea. Small and clear, never heavy.
Many learners think, if I'm serious about this, I need to read a thick classic novel.
And then they read one page, feel completely lost, and never open the book again.
That's not helpful at all. Start with short text instead, a short story, a short article, or a simple dialogue written for learners.
Try this simple 3-step loop. Step 1, read once just for general meaning. Step 2, read it again and choose around 5 useful phrases that you genuinely like. Step 3, use 2 of those phrases in your own sentence or say them out loud in a short story about your own life.
That way, your reading feeds directly into your speaking and writing, not just your eyes.
And remember, this is still all part of the input engine. We're not trying to do everything at once. We're simply making sure what enters your brain stays simple, clear, and genuinely useful.
Now, let's move to part 3. And honestly, this might be my favorite part, because this is where English finally comes out of you.
Part 3 is the output engine. This is where you speak and write, even when you're completely alone.
A lot of learners say, Rose, Leo, I don't have a partner, so I simply can't practice speaking. But that's actually not true at all. There are several ways to speak even alone.
The easiest method is self-talk, talking to yourself exactly like Leo was doing at the very start of this episode.
Go ahead, steal my style. While you're making breakfast, simply say out loud, okay, now I'm making tea. After this, I'll get ready for work. Today, I want to... It sounds simple, but it's real, genuine practice. Your mouth is moving and your brain is actively building sentences.
You can also choose 3 small questions to answer every single day. What did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? What will I do tomorrow?
If you answer those 3 questions out loud every day, your brain slowly learns how to tell little stories about your own life, naturally and automatically.
And here's something that can become a real game changer for your confidence: the 60-second recording.
1 minute. Not 10, not 5, just 60 seconds.
You press record on your phone, talk about your day or about any topic you like, and then you stop. Later, you listen to it just once.
And when you listen back, your job is not to criticize your own voice. Your job is to choose just one small thing to improve. Maybe one word you always pronounce incorrectly, or one sentence you'd like to make clearer.
Over time, that one single minute becomes living proof of your progress. You actually hear yourself improving. That plateau isn't nearly as flat as it feels.
And you did all of that completely alone. No teacher in the room, just you, your own voice, and your own small system.
Output isn't only speaking, by the way. It can also be short writing, maybe just 5 lines in a journal.
And you can reuse your new phrases there too. Instead of only collecting random words, try using complete sentence patterns like to be honest or the main reason is.
That way, your vocabulary becomes intentional too. You're not just collecting random words, you're collecting real tools you'll actually use.
Now let's bring everything back together. All 3 parts working as one system. Plan, input, output.
When your plan is intentional and sustainable, your input is gentle, and your output is small but consistent, you don't need magic. You just need time.
And this brings me to one of my favorite old sayings. Rome was not built in a day.
That idiom simply reminds us that big achievements always take time. You can't build an entire city, or fluent English, in a single weekend.
But you can absolutely start today. You can get the ball rolling with one tiny action and simply keep going tomorrow.
And if your notebook stays on your desk and your phrases stay on your mirror, English will never be out of sight, out of mind. It stays close to you every single day.
Even on your busiest days, you can always squeeze in just a few minutes, meaning even with a completely full schedule, you still find a tiny space for it.
And if one night you're so tired that you completely drift off during listening practice, that's okay too. Rest and simply come back again tomorrow.
The goal was never to be perfect. The real goal is to keep coming back again and again.
Plan, input, output, tiny feedback. That's your entire system.
Now, let's slow things down and review some of the strong words and expressions we used today so they really stay in your memory.
Let's take a calm word tour together. Just listen first and feel free to repeat after us if you'd like.
Our first word relates to planning, intentional. When something is intentional, you do it on purpose for a clear reason. It's never random. For example, my study time is intentional now. I choose one small goal before I even begin. You can repeat intentional.
Next, a word about routine. Sustainable. When a habit is sustainable, you can keep doing it for a long time without burning out. For example, 10 minutes a day is a sustainable routine for me. Repeat, sustainable.
Now a feeling about progress. Plateau. A plateau is a flat stretch on a mountain. You're not falling, but you don't feel like you're rising either. For example, after 1 year, her English felt completely on a plateau. Repeat, plateau.
Now a small action word. Tweak. When you tweak something, you change it slightly to make it better. Not a huge change, just a small adjustment. For example, every Sunday I tweak my study plan a little. Repeat, tweak.
A slightly fun one. Ditch. When you ditch something, you completely throw it out of your life. For example, she ditched the idea that studying only counts if it's a full hour. Repeat, ditch.
Now an expression we genuinely love. Rome was not built in a day. This reminds us that big achievements always take time. For example, when I feel impatient, I tell myself, Rome wasn't built in a day. My English simply needs time. Repeat, Rome was not built in a day.
Next, get the ball rolling. This means you start something small so it naturally begins to move forward. For example, a 5-minute listening session is enough to get the ball rolling. Repeat, get the ball rolling.
Another one, out of sight, out of mind. This means if you don't see something regularly, you forget about it very quickly. For example, her notebook stayed in a drawer. Out of sight, out of mind, so she never used it. Repeat, out of sight, out of mind.
A useful phrasal verb, squeeze in. When you squeeze something in, your schedule is completely full, but you still find a tiny space for it anyway. For example, she squeezed in 10 minutes of English while making breakfast. Repeat, squeeze in.
And our final word, drift off. This means your attention slowly slips away. Sometimes you even start to fall asleep. For example, the audio felt too difficult, so she drifted off after just 2 minutes. Repeat, drift off.
That was our calm word tour. 10 powerful words and expressions you can use to talk about your own study journey with much more confidence.
You don't need to remember every single one today. Just choose 2 or 3 that you genuinely like and try using them this week in your own sentences.
Now, let's close today's episode with a small reminder and one simple challenge.
First, the reminder. Your English is not some impossible mystery. It's simply a system.
Plan, input, output, tiny feedback.
You make your study time intentional. You build a sustainable routine. You listen and read in small, manageable pieces. You speak and write a little every single day. Then you tweak.
And please remember, if you ever feel stuck on a plateau, it doesn't mean you're broken. It simply means it's time for a small change, not time to quit completely.
You can always tweak your plan. You can ditch one heavy idea that isn't working. You can squeeze in 5 honest minutes, even on your busiest day.
And always keep this thought in your pocket. Rome was not built in a day. Your English will grow bit by bit for as long as you keep showing up.
So here's our simple challenge for you today. We're calling it the 7-Day Solo Boost.
For 7 days, record yourself speaking for 60 seconds once a day. Just 1 full minute.
You can use our 3 small questions to guide you. What did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? What will I do tomorrow?
Press record, answer naturally in simple English, then stop. No pressure to sound perfect, and no need for a long speech. Just 1 honest minute.
Then listen back, just once. Choose only one small thing you'd like to improve. Maybe a single word, maybe 1 sentence. That's your tiny feedback.
And on day 7, go back and listen to day 1 again. Don't judge yourself, just notice. Notice how your voice, your flow, and your confidence feel a little different now.
It might be a small change, but it will be completely real, and you'll have done it entirely on your own. You showed up for yourself.
If you tried this challenge, tell us in the comments below. Write, "I finished the 7-day solo boost," or simply share one thing you noticed about your own voice.
And if today's episode helped you in any way, please like this video, subscribe to Hello English World, and share it with one friend who's also learning English, wherever they are in the world.
Whenever you put your headphones on with us, think of Rose and me as your study friends, sitting right beside you, quietly cheering you on.
We truly believe in your small, steady steps. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to keep going.
This is Leo.
And this is Rose, and you've been listening to Hello English World. See you in the next episode.